So this is an autonomous truck.
Exactly. Let's have a look inside.
Yes, please. So this is the inside of an autonomous truck. At Volvo, everything we do is guided by safety. How do we build that into our autonomous solutions?
For us, safety is that our system is safer than as a human would be in the same environment and condition it would be. We do that by understanding the operational design domain we operate in. For example, we operate in confined segment, the off-road segment, and then we also operate on highway, like Volvo VNL Autonomous. In both these segments, our teams have to really understand the ODD, the operational domain, to understand what requirements it places on the system.
So that would be something like how many other vehicles are in the area, or like the weather, what kind of weather will it be?
Exactly. So we have to build all these nice factors in, and once we have built them, not only that, we then build upon a more complex system safety framework. Once all those requirements are fulfilled, it's only then we decide that it is fully operationally autonomously, like removing the safety driver.
So when the safety driver is removed, there are a lot of sensors on the truck that helps it navigate the world around it. But how do we ensure safety when there's no human driving?
The core principle, once you remove the safety driver, it comes with such a big responsibility. So we talked about how the sensors are built into the system to build a 360 view of the world. Those sensors have redundancy in them as well. They help us to understand with each sensor adding certain benefits for camera, radars and lidars. But not only that, we built redundancy into the overall system in the autonomous transport solution system. And also on highway segment, we have built redundancy in the vehicle itself because the ODD is different. Like on highway, we have built redundancy within the truck on backup steering, brakes and communication. But in the confined segment, we have put redundancy in the system itself, in the infrastructure, but also the way the sensor operates and also how we make the decisions to move in our compute system, like just here behind us.
It's a very complex system you have to build. And how do you comply with the laws and regulations? Because this is such a new industry. Is there even regulation to follow?
This is a question which our team is answering all the time and asking all the time. The regulation and all this industry is being developed, and we are at the cutting edge of that. So the questions like, in confined segment, do we have to be CE marked? Or on the highway segment, what kind of rules and frameworks do we have to follow? We follow all the rules which are legally required to do. For example, on highway, a truck has to meet any other requirements. We go and actually meet those regulations. And the same in our confined segment in order to operate. But we don't stop there. We put extra layers, starting from the way we do the simulation, the way we do the testing in-house. Today we are at Asta Zero, which is our generic side. That generic side have a lot of generic use cases which we do to test and operate and test if we are truly safe. And it's only then we take the system into real world application to still test furthermore.
So we have two focus segments for our autonomous solutions. One is quarry and mining, and the other one is on-road hub-to-hub. Why were those two chosen?
Autonomy is such a complex and exciting task that we want to deploy where the true value of autonomy comes in. So let's take the confined segment first. In confined segment, the risk a human driver would go through in extreme conditions like the segments of quarry and mining, in these extreme conditions, extreme weather, and very dangerous work environment situation, removing that human driver brings true value to the customer. And you can also increase the uptime, the efficiency of the system as well. So it has value for the customer and the people who operate those sites as well. At the same time, on highway segment, the reason Volvo Autonomous Solutions is moving as a leader in that space is because of the true value we will bring in that. For example, in US, the trucking freight demand will increase 5 times between 2010 and 2050. That alone cannot be met by the current conventional solutions. An autonomous solution comes on top and supports that scale.
And I think in addition, an autonomous truck doesn't get tired or sleepy. So there's a safety aspect there as well.
Exactly. And it's safety at the core, that it is an autonomous truck, so it can make the decision the right way. But then we know that removing the safety driver is such a complex decision that we put redundancy, where we talk about to ensure that we are still safe if something goes, how the truck will operate and behave. So that's why we have entered these two segments where we see that we can add value to the society and also keep people safe.